I think Bitcoin's strength as money will lead to a collapse of the S&P 500. Most people buying the S&P 500 have no clue what they're buying. The average Bitcoin holder, early adopter, or smart money is better informed on how markets work than the average S&P 500 holders, laggards, retail investors. If both assets dropped in price by 99%, I think Bitcoin would recover, but the S&P 500 wouldn't. The S&P 500 needs the US government to intervene in markets and subsidize the operations of failing companies, and the Federal Reserve to provide cheap loans. If the Federal Reserve goes down, the US government won't be able to borrow unlimited money. This can only happen as a result of Bitcoin becoming the world reserve currency. On a Bitcoin standard, blue-chip companies like Walmart and McDonald's would very likely fail because employee wages could no longer be subsidized by taxpayers and savers. These companies can only provide low prices to their customers because their employees are the biggest beneficiaries of SNAP benefits. If SNAP benefits are cut, Walmart and McDonald's have two options. One, increase their prices to pay employees a fair wage. They would be paying 100% of their employees' wages. The only way to pay these wages is to make more money. Walmart and McDonald's can't survive if they can't offer low prices. These low prices have been subsidized by taxpayers and savers for decades. 2. Walmart and McDonald's keep paying the current wages and lose employees who can no longer make ends meet. We would see tons of competition from family-owned businesses because the opportunity cost of starting a business over working at McDonald's or Walmart would decrease. The economy would be more competitive than ever. McDonald's and Walmart can't compete with family-owned businesses if SNAP benefits don't exist. These family-owned businesses will steal market share from McDonald's and Walmart. McDonald's isn't even a burger company. They make their money from owning real estate. As you may know, the real estate market also relies on the US government borrowing money because real estate investors buy real estate for tax benefits. No more borrowing equals no more tax benefits, equals real estate is less desirable, equals prices go down. How many other S&P 500 companies would fail if the Fed no longer exists? Bitcoin will perform over the long term, regardless of what governments say or do. Its value is purely based on supply and demand. There are no wages to consider, no executive salaries to pay, and the Bitcoin network doesn't borrow money from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve has increased rates to the highest they've been since 2007. Prices of assets should drop, but Bitcoin's price is still near its all-time highs. If rates stay this high for much longer, companies in the S&P 500 will start falling apart and may never recover because they borrow to fund operations. Bitcoin can never completely die because the people who own it today will want more if the price drops 99%. Can we say the same about the S&P 500? There's no central party that controls Bitcoin's value as money. The market determines what Bitcoin is worth. There's no company backing Bitcoin. The blockchain will continue to work the way it does no matter what the price is. Bitcoin is produced by the market and controlled by the market. Even if Bitcoin's price drops to $5, there will be nodes running Bitcoin Core. Unprofitable miners would be wiped out and new miners would take their place. A difficulty adjustment would happen within 2016 blocks to ensure that new blocks continue to be mined. If a lot of miners drop off, new miners will have an incentive to join the network because it'll become profitable to mine Bitcoin again. The S&P 500 is used as money today and it can be replaced by better money. Bitcoin is more than just money. Bitcoin is a way of thinking. It's a way of improving the world. Bitcoin's incentives make it invincible.